try this again. Hopefully I don't get no freaking guy that only knows English from India. I mean, I don't know. It seems like Arab people understand. Going in the right direction. 'Cause let me see. It's a car, share car. Hello? I already got spam for that. Okay. Hello?
Hello, matching up.
Did I just talk to you in email?
Sorry.
What's your name, sir?
It's me, Astrobot.
Alright, I'm Crystal.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Uh, is there anything else?
I just talked to you in email, didn't I?
You talk to me in email. When?
Okay, let me see who I just talked to.
Yeah, sure.
Two Star would hire me.
To join EMS?
Yeah, I'm OG HQ. Like I was HQ for, or I mean, ugh, well, I want to keep on saying HQ. I was high command for like 2 years.
Can I see your ID? Or like, can I see your passport? So now you wanted to join EMS, right?
And yeah, y'all need the help. Every time I come to
Okay,
the city,
okay.
there's no one here.
Yeah, uh, like there is like currently no one of high command are available right now. So I'm
Okay, let me message to Sar.
yeah, you can message him and he, he will gonna tell my name, of course. But you can come after 1 hour, so I will hire you because right now we need to we need 1 2 employees who can look for the lobbies, but like right now no one is available. So that's the thing.
Here's the thing. I don't need training. So
You
I
don't.
just need somebody to hire me. Like the gods even know
Yeah,
who I am. The curator should know who I am. But I could help right now, whatever y'all need. Like that's the thing.
uh, but
But
ma'am,
if I get
we have a
irritated,
procedure
I
like
won't
we.
help. I Astro emailed me in Discord and told me to come here and you would hire me. Look in
Astro
the
or Tushar?
emails. You could look me up, DM me. I'll show you. So I know you have the power to hire me, or he wouldn't have sent me here.
Yeah, I have. When I said I don't have power to hire you, but I was saying like I'm looking for the like I'm covering the lobbies, so like there is a procedure to hire someone. Like we need
Well,
to follow the
not
procedure.
people that have proof of being in the EMS. You could check my logs. Like I used to, I was out. I don't know if they still have the rank, but I was assistant chief. I never went for
Give
chief
me
because
medical.
I don't want the headache. But
Give me
if
first.
I apply for chief, I could get
How
it.
many?
Pace me,
Ma'am,
pace
just
me.
just wait for it.
Okay, I'm fetching. There you go. Have a great day.
Never mind. I'll just go to another org.
Give me your subject. Give me your subject.
What's up?
Park my little car. Uh, fuck up. Hello.
लेकिन ये सब तो फिल नहीं करना है,
Hello.
खाली रखना है।
शिफ्ट टाइमिंग तो फिर शिफ्ट टाइमिंग नहीं डालना।
Hello.
थैंक
टेंट
यू।
टेंट कैसे डालूं मैं?
शिफ्ट एंड नहीं डालना है तुमको, वो डालना है शिफ्ट स्टार्ट।
हाँ वही तो बोल रहा हूँ।
जाओ जाओ कॉल्स पे जाओ। हेलो क्रिस्टल, कैन यू हियर मी?
Yeah, I'm here.
Can you please come to PH front so I can hear you?
I am. I'm standing outside.
Yeah,
Not
come
by the
inside.
door, but like I
Come
get
inside,
too
come inside.
many. I get too many freaking creepy stalkers.
Uh, come inside.
अब shit,
Yeah, come. Yeah, just give me a few minutes. Let me check something.
I'm gonna tell you right now, either you hire me or I'm gone. Cause like I don't need anybody wasting my time. I don't play this
Yeah, but
game to like.
I need to check your background. So
Okay.
just wait for that.
But Perez or whatever, power, I don't know how you say his name. He did that earlier and he verified everything and then he still made me sit around and wait.
Oh, every
I'm a
every time
auntie.
you
I'm a auntie, honey. I am 40 years old. Like I'm not gonna let no child,
uh,
throw me,
uh,
play a game with me. It's not funny. Like I don't have the
I
patience. Like
I am also uncle. I am also 30-year old. So no
okay,
need to
okay.
worry.
I'm just like I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm just
Yeah,
frustrated because I see that
just
EMS needs the help. Every time I come in city, every couple days, there's no one here at night,
yeah,
and
we
I
need
play at
like
night. Your morning is my night.
just let me verify. Just that's it. Okay.
It's just I haven't been in EMS like for like a year, but
Uh-huh.
I was in EMS for the first 2 years of the city, like
Mhm.
actively. Like I used to do all the payroll,
Mhm.
but I had to take a break. Like I come back and forth, but it's just I'm
Mhm.
real about sticking around this time. So I want to find an org that I can be busy in, you know. And since I already know
Mhm.
this one, government is my second bet. So, like, if y'all don't want me here, I'll go to government.
Mhm. We need you. We need you. Don't worry.
I mean, just look at the payout. Like, I used to spend all my time in Sandy Shores before they kind of made it optional.
Uh, just
अरे एस्ट्रो।
हो गया बस हो गया।
हाँ। कौन सा रैंक पे ज्वाइन करा है?
तुम्हें बताओ।
इसका आईडी का आईडी बताओ, मैं देखता हूँ कौन सा था भाई।
18980।
बाप रे।
Yeah, Crystal, accept the invite. Yeah. Now check your DM and I will send you something. I already sent you something. You need to type, like, you need to paste that thing in the game, okay?
अरे
Okay.
ये तो अरे
Huh?
you were high command before, Crystal.
Yeah, I've been everything but chief. I mean, you know, I just never applied for chief because I just like I have some history with grand. So, but
अरे उसको दे दो फास्ट हाँ
हाँ,
DODLT
ठीक है.
I mean, just place me wherever you need me. I don't need to be like way on top. I just want some
Okay,
seniority. I don't want
Crystal,
people like
check,
following me around
check.
telling me what to do.
Oh, okay. So we will give you the healthy department so you can just uh, handle the laboratory department. So no one will gonna stop you. Okay.
Alright.
So
ओके नहीं तो
Crystal,
एचएस भी दे दो तुम्हारा मर्जी एचएस दे सकते हो
Crystal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I send you something in DM. Just copy from there and paste it in game. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Every trainee fresher, please take your left eye.
Sorry, I was looking at the wrong DM.
Uh,
I kept
check
on
my
waiting
DM.
for you to I kept on waiting for you to send it, and I was looking at
Yeah.
the DM with to Star.
Uh,
I don't know why.
no worries,
Cause
no
I
worries.
don't know which
Uh,
one. I don't know who's talking to me because there's more than one person
yeah,
in here.
Astro is talking to you right now.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, check my DM
Okay, I
and
got it.
yeah,
I got it.
copy from there and paste it in game.
Is it me right under me?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Sorry about that.
no worries,
I
no
didn't
worries.
actually
Yes.
intentionally waste your time
Uh,
for no reason.
it's okay. It's okay. Yeah.
I've just gotta get better about the sleep mode thing. Cause, you know,
Uh-huh.
I am a little rusty, but I know everything, you know. I just
So
fall
you don't
asleep
need a training,
frequently.
right?
I don't, unless anything has changed in the last year with EMS, like, just give me a brief. Like, I know that the payment system's not the same as it used to be.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah.
but I'm not going to be handling that unless you need me to, you know, do
Mhm.
budgeting.
Yeah,
But
I gave you the enough division.
but yeah, like besides the budgeting and everything seems to be the same. Like radios the same.
Yeah.
Like I notice I don't really see people taking calls when I'm in the city. Is that like an optional thing, or you just didn't have the staff? Because like I've had quite a few like where I've called for ambulance and even during the day and I won't get one. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm just filling your logs. That's why I'm not replying you right now.
Okay, just answer
Because
like yes, no, so I don't feel like,
uh,
you know, because I know that my English sounds different from what you're used to.
yeah, it's just an accent, like
Yeah,
nothing else.
I understand y'all perfectly. Except for Perez, I had a hard time here understanding some of what he was saying. But you just have to learn to answer when I say something or I get frustrated, you know.
Uh,
It like understood something, you know.
yeah, so just tell me, Pastor, like which department would you like to join, like LT or that as such,
What do
like
you
the.
need? Like it's all about what you need. I don't
Okay, so
care.
I'm gonna give you that LT development. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Did you ever happen to work with Ash or Mank, Maddie?
No.
I think a lot of people that are there are a couple people still around that I know of in the city. Like I used
Uh-huh.
to work with. Like
So,
there is one in
well,
your org that I'm familiar with. So
oh,
um let me look to see their name. I'm bad with some people's names. We weren't close, but they know who I am.
uh,
It's a girl, but it's a boy. You know.
uh,
Um, damn, did I close the DM? I must have closed the DM. Sorry, my disk. I just upgraded to Windows 11, and it's
uh,
like completely different from my laptop. Like my
mm,
laptop Windows 11 looked like more like 10, but just a little bit different. This one is like even Discord doesn't look the same.
Discord also got an update and it got like
I
few
forced
changes.
my computer to update. I got one of those, things that'll like switch your BIOS to like cuz it's
Mm,
a good computer. It's just Windows wants everybody to buy a new computer. So they'll tell you that it can't be upgraded.
mm,
But, I didn't want to go through a headache when they, stop updating, Windows 10 cuz
uh,
not this nowadays people connected to your Wi-Fi can like hack into your crap.
Tushar, can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Can you please look for all the logs that I filled up?
It's Anya. Anya is who
Correct,
I
correct.
know.
Uh,
Anya, let me look if anybody else looks familiar. Nope, Anya is the only one that looks familiar on the list.
uh,
She was in Ash Valkyrie. Ash Valkyrie was my husband. So, Like we were married in the city pretty much the first 2 years, but he doesn't play anymore. He'll probably be back though. He always comes back. Let me see. All right. So, what department did you say?
The laboratory one.
Okay.
Yeah.
And, I'll be available to cover lobbies and stuff when you need me and do
Ah,
calls. And I'll just tell you one thing, I don't put up with any BS from people in the lobby. Like, if they start crowding me and acting crazy, I pray to God. Because
yes.
I've got some videos that you would be cracking up at, but it's ridiculous how they can be. Like, girls in the EMS have a hard time. You don't have to be
So,
an actual girl,
Preemptive
but
pressure.
it's way
Trainee, please
worse on
check your
us
left
real
eye.
girls.
yeah, even a boy who is having an female
And I
character in
tell
game is also
him,
harassed by
like,
a lot of employees,
if I
like
tell them
not
I'm
employees,
old
a lot
enough
of
to be their
citizens.
mom, it's like it turns them on. So what I say is I'm auntie, especially if I know they're Indian, because then they'll know, like, don't fuck with me. Like, you can have a crush, but be respectful. Like, because I'm the nicest person you will ever meet unless you cross me.
Yeah, I felt, I felt.
But a
You
lot of
are very kind.
people, a lot of people take that as at being too friendly, like I'm flirting with them. I don't know why. I'm like, I'm
Mm.
here because that's my job. And I mean, obviously, I'm playing a video game because I want to be nice, and I'm at the MS because I want to be nice. If I wanted to be a fucking bitch, I would go to freaking gangs. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
but sometimes you gotta set people straight. But with some people, cussing them out just nags them on. So they start irritating me, and I'll just be like, I'm gonna pray to God, and I'll do the action.
Uh,
So, and usually the gods will come for me.
uh-huh.
I mean, to be honest, one thing that needs to be discussed with the curators is that there should always be a curator that watches over the hospital. I noticed that they
Yeah.
don't do that a lot, but they should. You
They
know,
should, like, they are
like
like
that when the admins aren't doing anything else, they should like be in areas where they're needed, like government. Is one where people come and act a fool, and sometimes it's fun to act a fool, but they take it too far. Okay, well, is it where am I needed now?
uh, now all I think all the lobbies are covered and a guy is also on the call. So if you are free, then you can go to labs and deliver the meds
Okay.
to lab to the PH.
All right, all right.
Yeah,
And
you
I'll
can.
look to see who all is online, and then when I see that we have a
Yeah.
good amount online, I'll start calling on the med labs.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah.
Okay.
It gives me something to do while I listen to my stories.
Tushar,
Oh, one other thing. You're gonna have to
what?
show me where everything is. Because
Uh-huh.
they
Where everything
updated the
is.
hospital before since I've been in
Yeah,
EMS.
yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. Follow me, follow
Discipline.
me.
That's true.
So, yeah, we have our warehouse over here. Come inside. Come
They,
inside.
you teleported through the door in my eyes.
Maybe yeah. Just lock the door again. Press E. So every time you open any of door, you need to just like lock the instantly. Okay. So yeah, here is our house, and come inside.
Alright.
Hey, I bet I know why you're calling.
Yeah, here you can wear your uniform.
Alright.
Yeah. I think you know about that our Discord, like our organization Discords, or you need a quick tour of that Discord as well.
Nah, the Discord is pretty much the same, but I'll ask you if I can't find something or it's been moved.
Voice is cracking.
Hello.
Oh, it's my it's my network issue. Just wait for a minute. Just wait for a minute.
Oh, I need a mask too. Why is my hair glitching?
Yeah, Saad, don't not forget to return the medical mask to the warehouse. Okay.
I can't find the option to return.
Where are you? Come here, come here. Come to the closet room. Come here, come here, come here. Come inside, come inside.
This one.
Yeah, this one. And you use the wrong radio code, you need to mention that your vehicle number also after off chase calls.
Okay.
Yeah, just first remove your vest and check your vest health. Then fill that armor lock, remaining armor lock. Then return your mark like your vest. Okay. Armor in the warehouse. Okay. So yeah, Crystal, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, so you need a tour
It's
of the.
the uniform is glitching my hair. Like they never fixed that problem because I remember that last year.
No
It
one
doesn't look
reported that
that
problem.
bad though. No, certain
You see,
it probably doesn't affect the guys. It affects the girls.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
it'll
come.
hairstyles that are ponytails and stuff. It'll. I don't see it now that I changed again, but the back of my head would like my scalp was showing. So
uh, wait, let me
I
give
don't
you the
know.
medical mask.
I probably should wear pants underneath this. Last time I
Yeah, you
wore it
should.
like this, but all the pants glitch. Like,
Uh,
you know, I wish you could wear leggings or something underneath it, but they don't have any.
Yeah.
uh, so yeah, follow me.
Yeah.
I will
I
like I
used to
need to
wear it
go.
like this, and I don't want the harassment.
Yeah.
Like,
I
Uh, yes, there is any.
Oh, sorry. I have to go out of city. Yeah. Okay, bye.
Just wear your clothes quickly so I can give you a tour because I need to go outside of the city. I have some errand work. So
okay, that's fine. Have a good day.
okay, so like yeah, I will give you the tour later. Okay.
All right.
Yeah. साहब
Yeah.
कहाँ है स्कूल जा रहा है क्या अभी
अरे नहीं, फ्राइडे हॉलीडे होता है ना इधर।
तो वेलो खिला
मैं ब्रेकफास्ट करके आता हूँ, मैंने अभी तक किया नहीं।
जल्दी जल्दी है मैंने भी किया नहीं है पर हो गया ये अभी अभी मैं
मेरा
जाऊंगा
वो
और
रहता है ना, लाइक
It's
फ्राइडे
the
में प्रेयर
pants.
नमाज होता है ना, उसके लिए भी।
सॉरी
The pants are glitching the back of my hair.
you should like you should record your POV and you should
Yeah,
report that.
show. But it was doing this last year too, so I don't think that they care. Cause
That's why
I
no
did report it a long
you
time
did.
ago. Yes,
Uh,
that was the reason why almost never wore that thing because the white and pink one because if you wear pants with it, it'll like make your hair like all messed up and if I don't wear the pants, I get harassed, you know?
yeah,
'Cause
that's
that's like I don't want that. I'll probably just wear a regular uniform.
and yeah, like if still like a citizen came and harass you, then you should like keep your body cam and you can like
Yeah,
report it
I
to the
know.
forum so he will get that. Yeah,
I just don't like reporting things unless it's really bad because it's public. And in this server, that's all they do. Is they're just up in your business, you know.
Yeah, but that's up to you. That's
Yeah, when it comes to EMS things, like I've reported, like I don't, we become buddies. I'll show you some of my old POV where I got harassed, and you'll be like, wow, but that's what happens to women. Yeah. So I still have like
so.
body cam from EMS, like in the first year of the city. I changed my character to a guy one time because Mank used to
My
be a
God.
girl and he was a guy. So we got married and I was the guy character, but it only lasted like 2 days because they all came in the hospital harassing me. Like all the little guys that had a crush on me, you know.
Uh-huh.
They did not like it that I was a guy. Like I had a whole gang. I don't know if it was like a family gang or if it was an actual gang. Like in the lobby, I some of them even shot me in the hospital. Like they were probably like in
Huh?
freaking FIB.
कौन? अरे निकलेगा
Let me see.
खिला दो मैं ले लूं मैं
Oh, it didn't glitch my hair that time. Now I'm a proper
क्यों?
baby nurse.
Oh,
Hey, I bet I know why you're calling.
yo guys. Hello.
Hello.
Uh, do you play any games? Like, do you play Valorant?
And no, I play Dead by Daylight.
Uh,
I'm not good at shooter games. Like in
okay.
GTA, I barely passed like any of the game mode with the shooting. Like I passed by like the skin of my teeth.
Even like even I'm not good at shooting
Yo
in
guys, do you have a
GTA,
doctor?
but
Come.
I'm good
Hey,
at
I bet
like
I
Oh,
know why you're
doctor.
calling.
skill type games somewhat.
Hello.
Like
like wait a
hello.
minute. Yeah, yeah,
Yes, doctor, bro.
yeah. What's up?
Follow me. The battle pass, bro. Take 20k.
Yeah, what's up? What's up?
It's battle pass, battle pass. Help, come. Come here, come.
He wants
Come,
you.
Dario.
He wants you to help him with the
Yeah,
battle pass task.
yeah, with the battle pass task. Yeah.
Crystal, come, come. Cover the lobby. Come, go. Go and cover the lobby.
What? No,
Hello,
that's
Crystal.
not my
Go and cover.
department.
Like I cannot patch over here. Like you need to go inside of the
Which
hospital. There
department
is
are
a
you?
guy standing.
then
It's
you can get the
unless
patch
I'm
from
needed
there.
on
Yeah,
lobbies, I'm supposed to go to mid labs. Like this isn't my department.
yeah, that was the part.
بس بدي دكتور براسه حاضر.
So you know where is our lab located, right?
يوب
Yeah, I wish I could
Okay,
يوب
that's good.
respond
That's
to
good.
it. They didn't move
hello
it, did it? Did they?
شنو كم دكتور
Alright.
كم
Oh, I can't help you. That's not my department. I'm medical labs.
Like you can just like you cannot say no. You just say like I cannot patch outside of hospital. You need to come every time inside the hospital and
No,
get
because
called
he
by
wants me
this.
to go outside and do the battle
Yeah,
pass
that's why.
thing.
Yeah,
I don't I
that's
don't
why
want to
I
do
told you.
it though. Like it's I like it's just better.
Like
Where is the garage? On the second
just
floor?
go to floor one. Go floor
One
one. Go
over.
to floor one. Yeah, come.
One
Floor one.
over.
Yeah, come follow me.
This place is like a maze. This
Yeah,
this was extravagant. They didn't need a hospital this big.
but they made
Like the
no. It's
last
our
one was
hazard.
fine. Like I didn't see
Yeah,
what
come.
direction you went in.
Where
You're
are
gonna have
you?
to put you're
Where?
gonna have to put a leash on me, I swear.
Yeah. Come.
Okay.
Say, yeah. Follow
I
me.
thought you went the other direction, so
Yeah. Come inside. This one is personal parking. You can park your car over here.
okay.
Yeah,
Well,
this is
I had
the
to ride my scooter here. No, I took a rental car here.
yeah. So this is the garage, and if you don't find any car over here, so you can also take a car from this
Can
garage.
I take an
Come this side.
orange one?
No. You cannot drive that orange one because it's only for for the ceremonies. We cannot drive these cars that orange one for the hospital work.
Are they for events? The the orange
Yeah, for
ones?
the event and for the ceremonies.
Okay.
Yeah, you
Alright, see,
can drive
things have
only
changed.
these
In my
cars.
term, I could drive anything I wanted, so.
You should you should
But, well,
take a term.
I got away with murder, so. Literally.
Uh,
I killed, like, Lavi Pluxury when he was governor while I was in EMS. It was, like, a big
oh, so
scandal. It was funny.
uh,
I mean,
uh,
Mink had
so
to
I
fire
think I should
Mink fired me for a couple days, then
uh,
hired me back when I
so
cleared my record.
uh, I think I should maintain a certain distance from you.
Nah, it's
You
fine.
can
It's
also gonna
fine.
kill
It's
me.
fine. But Lobby asked for it. It was just a lot of like it was like a novella, like a
No,
soap
no, no,
opera.
no, no,
But
no.
I
I'm
he was my
scared to
he
get.
was my first husband in the city. But
Uh,
it didn't work out because he was like fucking 17, 18 years old and he lied to me about his age and said he was like 35. So,
uh-huh.
and he every time he sees me, he tries to get me back and I'm
Even
like I'll never
uh,
RP with him again. I don't like that. Don't lie to me because I really try to stay in my age range with RP because people
even
get
I also lied about my
feelings.
age. I also lied about my age. Like I'm not 30, I'm 27.
Okay. Well, that's close to 30 at least. At least
Yeah,
you're not
yeah.
like 17, 18 telling a grown woman that you're in your 30s. And he used the voice changer to make himself sound older. Like, I mean, I've done it to make myself sound younger, but then I'm talking about more like this. Hey, what's up? Like low pitched, like or faster talking.
Uh-huh.
But that just got me the wrong attention. Like I
Uh,
I really don't want anybody like trying to talk to me because they think that I'm like one of these little girls. Like you see, I went and got a job. It's instead of like getting money from guys. Like I could just marry the most richest guys, get their money, move on to the next, you know. But I don't find no challenge in that. You know,
uh,
being hated, called a whore, all that shit, you know, like okay. I don't want that kind of rep. I want the rep that you cross me and I get back, you know. Like,
uh, Later on, kill that person.
but besides that, I was always married to Ash, so you know.
Uh,
There was a brief time where, you know, I had a plot, so I had married the husband from City 2 that got me banned just so I could set him up to get banned here. But yeah, I have stories for days. The med lab is in the same place, right?
you can like also we have also
Oh,
you
they have
can
a
search by the
marker
secret
for it
lab.
now.
Yeah, the
They
marker.
didn't
Yeah,
used to.
secret laboratory. Yeah.
This car is kind of fast. Damn, what did y'all do to them? They ain't used to be this damn fast. I had to get used to it.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting the cruisers to go as fast as they're going.
Hey.
Like I thought that I was driving an old clunker, and then it's like driving like a Ferrari. Like,
Uh,
I haven't been on Grand a lot lately. Huh. It's like my other city that I played in, the cars don't go as fast. They probably go like maybe 250 at
yeah.
the highest. But I'm a
What is heck
bad
diyo bacho?
driver at high speeds.
I'm also not good at driving. That's why I drive
On the
Ellie most of the
highway,
time.
I could go fast, but like I wasn't expecting this car to accelerate as fast as it did. I was gonna take a shortcut, but then I thought about it. I was like, I'm gonna end up dead if I take that shortcut. The other city I play in, you can get banned for driving on the mountain.
Okay, so Crystal, I will leave now. Okay, it was
Have a
nice.
good
Like
day.
great meeting with you. Yeah, you too.
All right, let's go back to listening to my girl Brittany.
What is up, my YouTube family? Welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, then it's just welcome to my channel, and now welcome back. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button because you will not be disappointed. Unless, of course, your taste level is lacking. I hear there's a lot of people that have that issue. But to everyone else, hi, welcome. I hope you guys have been very well. Girl, I hope y'all been better than me. I'm about to let's just chat for a second in the beginning. And I'll put in the pinned comment where the story actually starts. But y'all who don't give a okay? So y'all know how the brain controls the body, right? Mind over matter. There's a symptom of, well, it's a symptom of a couple of mental disorders, but it's called avolition, and it is when you just physically, like, your mind want to do things. It recognizes there are things that need to be done, but you physically cannot do them. Like, you be trying again, but you can't. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it might look like laziness or like not being clean, because sometimes the task is like cleaning up and you just can't bring yourself to do it. Here you go stepping over, girl, trash and dirty clothes, and you recognize that it needs to be done, but you physically can't. The best way I can describe it is like, I feel like a horse on a leash that's tied to a plastic lawn chair when it happens. Like, before I got a really good understanding of what was going on, I used to be so upset with myself, like, girl, just do it. Like, just move your body, and I just physically cannot. Then you get into self-loathing because you just like, girl, you should be able to do it. You recognize that you should be able to perform whatever task it is, and that you just have not done it. So this hit me probably like a week ago. So I've been gone from the channel. This hit me, y'all. I just couldn't bring myself to create no content, do no research, write no stories, retwist my hair. My hair need a retwist so bad, y'all. I'm gonna get to that. I could not wash the dishes. It wasn't even that many dishes in the sink. I could not do it. Child, I was upset. I was like, you know what? This don't make no sense in my mind. It's just, you get into that, right? You beat yourself up about it. But then I realized, I said, you know what? Being medicated does not absolve you of any of the symptoms. Because, girl, if you had a little piece of cancer and you was doing chemo, things would still be happening, right? If you had a little piece of diabetes and you was on your insulin, things would still be happening. You on your Lexapro, and girl, things are still going to happen. And when I came to that realization, I was like, you know what? Let's lay here, let's rot. Let's just get in the bed, girl, and let's just rot. You know? Let's just do it all the way. Let's do nothing. And I laid there for a little while, and I don't know what happened, because within 24 hours, it's like I just completely snapped out of it. I was up cleaning up my whole house. I did all of the research for this story we're gonna talk about today. In the same day, it's like somebody gave me a little hit of crack. I don't know what happened. But next thing I know, I was able to do all of the things, right? Except for retwist my hair. I'm doing that after this. I wanted to get y'all this video first because I love y'all and I kind of miss y'all. And also, I want to address something that I see sometimes, and that is that I'm not responsive, like on Instagram and in my DMs. Y'all, I told y'all, I have social anxiety for real. Like, I do not be playing. I take them pills for a reason. When I go to those message requests, it's like, I know for a fact, just as sure as the sun rises, I'm gonna see a message I don't like. Somebody gonna say something crazy to me, something judgy, something weird. So just going to those requests, sometimes I just don't be want to deal. It comes with anxiety. I'm just like, girl, I want to be comfortable, okay? And what I try to do is, when I open your message and it's not crazy and we have a little interaction, I'll move you to the general folder. That way I just go to my general sometimes and just, I know all these girls are safe. I'm doing my best, y'all. I'm gonna try to be more active in the comments too. I really am gonna try to be more responsive in the comments. Sometimes the girls be trying it though, and I don't be wanting nobody to mess up my vibe. Anyway, I say all that to say I really wanted to share because when I talk about things related to my mental health, it helps somebody. I know sometimes people reach out and they're like, you know what you said gave me a better understanding of my child. I get that a lot. Like a lot of people who are like, bro, I thought my kid was just unpleasant for no reason, got a bad attitude. Like, baby, your child might be overstimulated. Sometimes when you overstimulate a girl, it might come out a little raw. Or if you got a little piece of anxiety, it might come out a little raw. You know, and sometimes it gives people a better understanding of themselves. And then, of course, there are the people who are reminded that they are not in this alone. So I say all that for you guys. And yeah, that's it. Let me get into the video because this is a wild ride. Y'all, today we are talking about Joanna Dennehy over in the UK. Baby, what y'all got going on across the pond is a little wild, okay? I thought Rosemary West selling that thing to her father was wild. I don't know. Rosemary West might still have her, but this is still crazy. So Joanna Dennehy is born August 29th of 1982. Is that a Leo? Is she a Leo or a Virgo? A Virgo. And Joanna is the firstborn of two girls. She has a younger sister named Maria. Their parents, Kathleen and Kevin Dennehy, raised them in a very typical, very average, loving household, which is in St. Albans, a city in England. Now, as a child, Joanna is very, very charming, very lovable. She was also very bright. She had dreams of becoming a lawyer. And her parents, they supported it. They believed in their daughter's ability to be successful in whatever she had decided to do. And it was very important to them, a goal of theirs, to cover the cost of her tuition so she can just focus on her studies and be successful and not have to worry about working and affording to go to school. She's also an athlete. She plays on the hockey team. She plays on the netball team, which is similar to basketball over here in Miss America. And reportedly overall has a very normal child to teen human experience. She has friends, she fits in, and was always pleasant until she got about 2 years into them teen years. Then things began to change. No longer does she have this interest in her studies and becoming a lawyer. She doesn't even want to go to the school that she is currently enrolled in. She starts skipping and loses interest in school altogether. And like a candle burning down to the very last of its wick, the people around her slowly watch her bubbly personality dwindle into a little bit of darkness. And you know, oftentimes when we see a sudden shift like this in like a kid or teenager behavior, it's because something has happened to them, something traumatic. I don't know if that's the case here. Like even after doing the research, I'm not sure, but I did raise a brow wondering if. And we'll actually get back on that subject a little way down the story. So at 14 years old, she is now skipping school. She is also drinking. She is partaking in party drugs. Mama's is just out here in the street. She outside. And at 15, she is dating a 21-year-old man, John Trainer. Now, her parents, they of course disapprove of this and they do everything that they can to keep their child away from this man. But everything that they try to get her away from him and return her to her studies, it really doesn't work. And when they apply too much pressure to Joanna, she runs away with him. Her parents call the police. They go out and they look for her themselves. And several weeks later, she and John are found hiding out not even a couple of miles away from her family home. And she is returned to her parents, but she's there only briefly because mama runs away again. And this time they don't stay in the area. That was the mistake I guess they figured they made the first time. They travel about 32 miles away and settle in a city called Milton Keys. The two of them find a place where they can lay low, and unlike before, there never comes a knock at the door to round her up and return her to her parents. At 16, Joanna becomes pregnant, which she is not at all happy about because she never wanted children. But despite that, she and John welcome a child, and he wants the kid. He's excited about it. And honey, the weight of motherhood, possibly mixed in with a little piece of postpartum depression, sends Joanna spiraling. Immediately after giving birth, she begins using very heavily both alcohol and drugs, and she also begins cutting into herself. And when I say immediately after giving birth, she gets into the things, according to John, leaving the hospital, mama said, I need a little hit or something, okay? She was under the influence shortly after. And I guess she said, this baby gonna be good for something, okay? I'm gonna either find the silver lining on this baby or I'm gonna draw one myself. When her parents asked to see the kid and was like talking about, you know, visitation, keeping the child, she told them if they wanted to see the child, they would have to pay. They would have to pay money to see their granddaughter. And they said, yeah, no, we're not doing that. And she completely played that hand wrong because, girl, you didn't even want the baby. You could have dropped that baby off at the doorstep, girl, ran back off into the woods again with your man. Like, girl, you got to think beyond the headlights on the car. You could have left the baby there. I would have left that baby on the doorstep, child, with a little stork decoration from the Dollar Tree. Maybe a little card, put a little something cute and poetic in the card, like I'm giving them a second chance to raise the daughter I could never be. I don't know. I would have came up with something. She didn't do that, okay? And it probably was because John did want the child. I ain't thought once about the day. Her wanting to charge her parents to see this child causes a huge blow up between them and basically ends their relationship. They decide to sever ties with her altogether. And if they thought she was low down then, child, I ain't seen nothing yet, baby. The worst has yet to come. And John is about to find out too just how trifling she is. So that's what he get for carrying that little girl off from her family, but I digress. In 2005, she finds out that she is pregnant again. She gives birth and then spirals even deeper. It's worse than the first time. Honey, all of the things that she was doing before, she even doing on the Sunday. And she is also now cheating on John. would leave him at home with the children for days on end without answering her phone, without checking in to see if they were all right, if they were hungry. And then she would just show up at home apologizing and asking for John's forgiveness, for them to be a family. You know, this leads to a lot of fighting in front of the children oftentimes, and it just becomes a big cesspool of toxicity. And when she would get mad and inebriated enough, she would hit him in front of the kids. Child, the cheating and the fighting was just a reoccurring cycle. And then Miss Mama started having an affair with the neighbor. She's also carrying around this dagger. I don't even know if I can show this to y'all on YouTube. She carrying around a dagger, child. She would keep it in her boot, pull it out to play with, to scare those around her into thinking she was going to use it on them. And she often used it on herself. She would poke little holes in herself, girl cut herself. She was heavily into SH. And she even did this little homemade tattoo of a star underneath her eye. It gets to a point where John is kind of afraid, not kind of, he is afraid of her. And he doesn't know what she'll do to him or them kids because, you know, she don't like them too much. By the time their youngest child turns 4, he becomes so concerned about the mental, physical, and emotional well-being of their children that he decides to take them and leave Joanna. This happens in 2009. Now, when John left for the kids, she moved to another town called Peterborough, about an hour or so away from the last city. Child, she went to start her life anew, okay? No husband, no children, no family, none of the things. And there she becomes acquainted with this guy, Gary Richards, aka Stretch. And Stretch here is completely smitten by her. The red flags, they were red flags, but Gary looked at those red flags and saw 6 flags, okay? He thought she was that girl. But she is just outside really being single, you know, just taking care of her, doing her by herself. Joanna funds herself with sex work, and whatever she either doesn't want to pay for or can't afford to pay for, she just steals. And most of her money typically goes to fund her habits. In 2014, her little actions catch up with her when she has to serve a 14-week sentence for theft. And y'all, look at this mugshot. What you mean by the twist, girl? What do you mean by this hair? What is the meaning of this? What do you mean? Now, while in prison, she is evaluated by a forensic psychiatrist, and she is diagnosed as having paraphilia sadomasochism, which is different from the BDSM. This here is a disorder where the person becomes so turned on by the infliction of like pain, humiliation, or bondage, and the feelings and the urges are so intense that they result in significant distress or impairment. That might be what Diddy got. They need to test Diddy for that. Why they got him? It's definitely a name for whatever it is he got going on. Like this disorder, these people who are diagnosed with this are said to not be able to function well, like at work, in social settings, or other important areas of their lives where they're supposed to be like not be freaky and be serious, and they just don't have control over it. Just completely consumes them.
Have you ever been swallowed up where everything was overwhelming?
Joanna is said to have had a little piece of that. And what also makes this different is like, it isn't like role playing or BDSM, because in that, even if you do a full 360 like Diddy Twister, this is still y'all acting something out. You know what I'm saying? 2 people who are willing participants. Like, yeah, I heard a little. I got this apple in my mouth and I'm hogtied, but I'm here because I want to be here. And I'm playing my role when I say ouch. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference. People with this disorder, they want a real squealing pig, a real victim, real life insults and real life injury. And Joanna personally is both a giver and a receiver of the things. And I'm just trying to figure out, like, do you get turned on in the middle of a fight, or like does the anger and rage just, well, I would think you would see that as foreplay, so I don't know. So then she is admitted into a psychiatric hospital for like further examination and some psychiatric treatment. There, she is also diagnosed as having antisocial personality disorder with obsessive compulsive disorder on the side. They prescribe her medication to like balance her out, regulate her moods, but I don't know if it wasn't working for her, if she needed a little adjustment, or if she wasn't taking the medicine, because several months after this, she is yet again jailed for a conviction, an assault conviction. She gets out on probation, she doesn't have a place to stay, and all of her bridges are burned. At this point in her life, she comes across 48-year-old Kevin Lee. Now, Mr. Lee here is a property developer who has these properties, and he rents out rooms in them to people who are in need for a discounted rate. And y'all, Joanna's rate was real discounted. She moves into a room, and instead of paying him rent with cash, she paying with a little bit of ass, okay? And not only that, she helps him to collect the rent from other tenants when they fall behind on their payments and they have a outstanding balance. She'll go around there, intimidate them, rough them up a little bit, scare them into processing those payments. Now, when she met Kevin, she told him that she had a very rough life growing up, that she had been abused by her father for years, had eventually snapped and her dad, and had gone to prison for it for a short time before being released, and that's why she was down on her luck in life at 31. Her father the whole time is alive and well. They just haven't had a relationship in over a decade because she wanted to charge him to see their child. But now she can't even see the child. Ain't that crazy? Not even if she wanted to. This did raise my antennas when I heard that she told this to the landlord, but apparently this is like the only person she had told that version of her childhood to, so I think she was just trying to get sympathy. He believes all of the things to be true and sympathizes with her for it. What's interesting to me is that the medical professional's opinion was that at this time her like mental disorders were really in there marinating, and because she had not been consistent with her treatment, the lines between reality and fantasy had completely blurred. Now, me personally, I think she was just trying to tug on his thing and his heartstrings. At first I was wondering if something might have happened to her in childhood, but because this is the only person she told this to, appearing to do so for sympathy, I'ma roll with it was a made-up thing. We're still gonna touch on that one more time before we wrap this up. She had said had stopped taking her medicine completely shortly after moving into the apartment. And on March 30th of 2013, within a couple of weeks of moving in, her landlord is discovered lying in a ditch by a dog walker in a town called Newborough. The landlord was dressed in a black sequins dress and was also left in a way that was obviously meant to demean him. He was left lying with his face down and his behind propped up, and they were able to determine that he had actually died the day before. And on that day, he had scheduled a meeting with Joanna at one of his properties. When he did not return home that night, his wife immediately went to police because he never missed dinner. And not long after his wife reports him as a missing person, his car is found burned and abandoned in a nearby town. And one of the last calls his wife made to him trying to reach him had pinged off of a tower very near the location of the car. So officers go out to speak with Joanna, to see if he had made it to that meeting. And when they get to the property that she is renting her room at, they find a bloodstained mattress in the backyard. But the stains do not belong to the landlord. So it's like, yeah, that's weird and that's suspicious, but we're looking for the landlord. We ain't got time for that right now. Now, while investigating the disappearance of the landlord, they come to learn that one of the tenants that shares the same house as Joanna is also missing. 56-year-old John Chapman. And they also come to find out that there is a third man who is missing. And this third man was also last known to go meet up with Joanna. 31-year-old Lucas. And Lucas has been missing longer than Kevin and John. Now, Joanna had met Lucas on or around March 16th, and 3 days after that had lured him to one of Kevin's properties with some racy text messages, thinking they were about to have a good old adult time, indulging in all of the substances in each other's bodies. Instead, the duo sit and they talk and they drink for a while, and then she blindfolds him. And while he is waiting on things to get spicy, she instead sends her dagger through his heart. And Lucas had told a friend of his that he was going to meet up with a woman that he thought was about to be his new girlfriend. So police knew that much. However, Joanna wouldn't kill her landlord for another 10 days. So they had no idea during that between time who the woman could be. And in between those 10 days, she had claimed another victim, the missing tenant, 56-year-old John Chapman. And she did the exact same to John Chapman that she had done to her very first victim, enticing him and then sending her dagger through his heart. And it was actually his blood that had stained the mattress that police saw when they came by looking for the landlord. So it was the guy she had met and exchanged numbers with on March 19th, and then 10 days later it was both her second victims, John Chapman, the other roommate, in the morning, and then later on that same day she met up with the landlord, somehow convincing him to put on this sequins dress, or maybe he wanted to put the dress on. I don't know, but he ended up inside of the dress before she took his life. Now she has all of these bodies on her hands, and she is not strong enough physically to dispose of any of them on her own. So you know who she calls? Stretch. And just like a lapdog child, when he is called, he comes running. He also brings a friend, 36-year-old Leslie Layton, to help as well. They arrived to help her transport and dispose of each of the bodies. I don't know why she wanted to humiliate the landlord so bad, but she had them help pose him in a manner that was obviously meant to embarrass him. Oh yeah, she's into that. Maybe that was one to get her aroused. By the time the police make the connection, Joanna and Stretch have already gone on the run. They knew it would only be a matter of time. Now an APB go out for them, and they get a hit from an officer who says that they are investigating a gas station theft that have been committed by the pair that they're looking for. He gives them the license plate of the vehicle that they're driving, and this vehicle is registered to the landlord. Even knowing that they're wanted, they do not make any attempts to hide themselves. Here they are on the security camera footage. They make no attempts to hide from the cameras. They are walking hand in hand, and with Stretch being 7'3", maybe they just couldn't hide, y'all. Maybe they knew. The pair is quite noticeable. They stay on the road, only stopping for gas or to commit more thefts, more burglaries. They also stole a little camera that they used to take pictures of themselves. And the pictures look like those of a regular old couple child on a nice romantic road trip. I guess they were trying to give a little Bonnie and Clyde tea. They go to this town where Stretch has friends and family, and they go to a friend of his, Mark Lloyd. He is the guy that when you steal some girl, he can get it sold. That's his line of business. He has welcomed them into his home. He's thinking they up to some regular old normal criminal activity. But when they get there, Joanna very openly and boastfully tells them about the crimes they committed and why they were on the run. She also tells him that she wants to claim more victims and like this is just the beginning. They're going on a spree. She sat there playing with her little boot knife that had scared her husband off, honey. And instead of asking Mark if he is going to join them, she tells him that he's about to join them on this little escapade. Now, she was said to be acting very erratic, very hyper, very much under the influence, and was also very aggressive. And so instead of putting up an argument or a debate, he simply goes with, ain't that crazy, baby? I would have started yelling, kicking, screaming, and spitting. You're not taking me to the second location. I'm so sorry about it. Because I'm not going with y'all. You just told me you want to kill more men. I'm a man. Like, if I do the math, things is not in my favor. The odds are not forever in my favor, girl. And that's why I probably wouldn't have survived this particular story. Let me just tell you the rest of it. Joanna, she says she needs some cigarettes, but she's already very agitated at the point that they reached the store for the cigarettes. So now she wants to take her frustration out on someone. She tells Stretch to find her another victim, find her some fun, and he just points to the first man he sees walking his dog, and he's like, will he do? The man is 63-year-old retired fireman Robin Bariza, who, like I said, is just out walking his dog about 100 yards from where his house is. So Stretch drives her up close. Joanna gets out of the car and ambushes the man from behind using her dagger. She plunges it into him twice, once in the chest and once in the shoulder. This is in broad daylight. It is right before 3 p.m. And afterwards, she very calmly just walks back to the car and gets in. Stretch takes off and she tells him, like, I need another one, and now. So they drop about 10 minutes. Again, Stretch points out another man that is out walking his dog, asks if that guy will do, and it is 56-year-old John Rogers. She approves him. Stretch pulls up again. Joanna hops out, ambushes the man from behind, but this time she was a lot more crazy with it. He falls forward and then she flips him over onto the ground, straddles him, and is just driving her dagger into the man over and over. And she does so somewhere between 30 and 40 times. And this time she takes the man's dog with her. The little dog's name is Archie. She grabs Archie, walks slowly and calmly back to the car, gets in, and the three of them, well, the four of them now, hit the road, but they're so arrogant, or she's so arrogant, that they don't even leave town. They don't go far at all. They actually just go over to this like strip of shops nearby to browse. And I don't know why she would be out shopping at a time like this, but she is, and the police are tipped off about her location. Or maybe she was just tired of running and she felt like that was enough, because when the police flood the shops all armed and dangerous, she does not attempt to flee, she doesn't run, nor make a scene. Mama does not resist any of the things, and she still had little Archie in tow, like that was her dog. They return him to the owner's family. Archie don't know what the hell going on. I wonder if he still thinks about that day, like, damn, that was crazy. Or like, who was that woman? Where is she? Little Archie probably got all kind of anxiety. Now, Joanna here was very calm and cooperative during her police interview, even through the booking process. And down to the police station, she appeared to be in very high spirits. She was very happy, very obviously amused by the situation. They say that she was laughing, that she would not stop flirting with the officers, that she was cracking jokes, making very ugly racial comments. Here it is, grinning and showing its teeth. She complained about the prison clothes and how they would look. And as they led her to her holding cell, she sang out loud, Singing in the Rain. And when her parents were notified that she had been arrested and what for, they were horrified to learn what their daughter had been up to. They had no clue about how her life was going. They had not talked to their girl in over a decade. And for the life of them, they just could not understand how she ended up there. And when asked about the story that she had told the landlord about her past, they completely denied it, said that's the furthest thing from the truth. She had never made any claims before, like nothing was going on. And they say that that part of her story is just as fabricated as her having offed him and spent time in prison for it. Like the whole thing was just a lie. Both men that she had ambushed while walking their dogs miraculously survived the attacks. And they were both able to give accurate descriptions of her to the police, which is how they even got her image to like put everybody on alert about. And John Rogers quoted her saying during his attack, "Oh look, you're bleeding. I better do some more." Now, according to Mark Lloyd, who she intimidated into joining them, she told them that she wanted a total of 9 victims. She said all men, is that it would be solely for her entertainment because it was good entertainment. She expresses that none of them can be women and that she would never claim a woman as a victim, especially not a woman who has children. And Mark also said that she had pressured Stretch into participating as well. Like he wasn't excited about the things. He was just there to do the heavy lifting, whatever she wanted. Now, according to Stretch's interview with the police, he said he didn't want to help her at all, but he too had given into his fear of her, that he was afraid of her as well. And so he felt like he had no other choice, which they found hard to believe because he is 7'3". And she's like, I believe she's 5'4". He admits to being enamored by her, but also afraid. And Joanna is in her room telling the police the things too. She told them that after the first guy, she developed a taste for this and that she has no regrets and she certainly would have kept going at least to hit her 9 had they not gotten in her way. While waiting for her trial to start, she continues to receive love letters from Stretch, who is still very much enamored by her. And when they confiscate her diary from her cell, in it they find an escape plot that she had been mapping out that involved her cutting off a guard's finger to use to like bypass the biometric system. So they take her little diary, girl, her world domination plans, they put her in solitary confinement until trial starts, and she sits in solitary for 2 whole years. Which I can only imagine what that did to her little brain child. Her 2 co-conspirators were there ready to testify against the girl, and at the start of her trial, she completely shocked the courts when she stood there and decided she was gonna plead guilty to all of the charges. And then she stood up there yelling, guilty, guilty, guilty 3 times, staring at the judge, just being strange in court. And they said she was yelling this to the top of her lungs. The professionals then said that that outburst in court was because her narcissistic personality, and they saw it as an attempt to try to like exert some kind of control over the court proceedings, like her final bow, her last hurrah. She is then sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of paroling ever. The judge ordered that she is never to be released, and the reasons cited were premeditation and a lack of a normal range of human emotions. Now, she is currently locked up in the same prison they held Rosemary West with her crazy tail self. I got a video on her if you want to see it, child. Her and that husband of hers, child, a mess. My brain gets to like 89% processing the Rosemary West case, and then it just like kicks it out. It just won't accept the things. Stretch was not let off scot-free. He was also sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of paroling after serving 19 years. And his friend, Leslie Layton, that he brought along to help her with her first 3, was also sentenced to 14 years in prison for his participation. Now, Mark Lloyd, the friend of Stretch's that they picked up child force to go along with, he wasn't ever charged with anything. He was ready and willing to testify against her and was merely an unwilling participant. He was actually a freed hostage, if you ask me. Joanna Dennehy said that she would not let prison get her down or stop her. She actually found love again with her cellmate, Haley Palmer, who was serving 16 years for theft. Child, so they birds of a similar feather. Joanna tried to marry Haley in 2018, but for some reason they weren't able to, and so they made a pact to just leave this world all together, okay? The pact, both of them failed. They pulled the plug, child. The power did not go off. Haley, girl, you have got to do better, and not just by your eyebrows, sister. You have a kid back there, it looks like. Is that your child? And you in jail acting like this? Prison acting like this? Wherever you at acting like this? Haley was released from prison in 2021. Her time was served, and she began petitioning to be allowed to marry Joanna, whom she says is the love of her life and needs to be her wife. And then while Haley is outside, boots on the ground, petitioning for their love, trying to make sure they can make it official, writing letter after letter, and after a year of being free and receiving consistent letters from Joanna that are constantly like romantic, professing her love, her undying love, she said, Joanna just stops communication with Haley altogether, cuts off cold turkey, ghosts her. Now, quiet as it's kept and loud as I'm gonna tell it to you real quick before Blue pulls my arm off. They say Joanna is in there writing letters to the men's, trying to draw in more victims. Says she ain't gotta kill them, that being able to hurt them mentally, emotionally, financially is good enough. You know, it's more than one way to peel a potato, baby. And she probably got off on ghosting Haley the way she did, breaking her heart. You know, she liked that kind of stuff. Joanna's sister and her parents have pretty much disowned her. They don't visit her. They have cut her out of the family photo. John, her ex-husband, he remarried and tries best to like shy away from the drama in the media. They say he and her family got into a little kerfuffle online because they were blaming him as being part of the reason that she spiraled and just went down this wrong path. And he basically said, child, she was already outside, and that's how I came across her. Like, this is y'all's kid. Y'all's doing. Don't blame it on me. One of her daughters did try when they were 16 to like give her a chance to forge a relationship with her, but I don't know the details of it. All I read was that it didn't go too well, and the child learned that her mother is not a good person and decided to write her off along with the rest of the family. And that is it. Please let me know your thoughts down below. What you think? This is a wild one, crazy one. Keep her in jail, okay? I'm scared. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Like the video before you leave. Share the video as well. Subscribe to the channel. As always, I appreciate you so much for spending your time with me, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Peace. So y'all know the mouth. I'm gonna do my eyes first just in case what I have in mind does not come out right, and I can just wipe off the eyes and we can keep going. That feels safe. I told y'all I was gonna do my eyeshadow first. Y'all let me do my face first. That's crazy. Anyway. Surrender, surrender yourself to me. You know what, y'all? My hair up like this, or like in the bun that's messy, the girls be loving it. Every time I have my hair like that, I get compliments. Oh my God, your hair looks so cool. Your hair looks so cool. I love your hair. And it always got that way because I was hot girl and I never style it. Like I just get a scrunchie and however many get in there and however they land is how it is. But the girls be loving it. The little freestyle. Not a Mrs. Steal Your Girl. Let me start talking about the story. We 10 minutes in. I ain't saying, child, nothing worth saying. Surrender. Today we are talking about Jennifer. No, that's not her name. She ain't Jennifer at all. And Joanna is the firstborn of 2 daughters. She have a child, a human. I promise when I sit here, my dogs never care until I start recording. What is up, my YouTube family? Welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, then it's just welcome to my channel and now welcome back. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button because you will not be disappointed unless, of course, your taste level is lacking. And there's something wrong with you. We all have a struggle though, so I guess y'all, it's just not mine. For everyone else, hi and welcome. Now, if you are here for the first time and you don't quite know what's going on, I'm about to tell you a series of stories, some based on actual true stories, some of them completely fiction. It is your job to listen and determine or decide which ones you think are true and which ones are not. At the end, of course, I will reveal the answers. The premise of the video very closely resembles an old show called Beyond Belief Fact or Fiction. If you are a dinosaur like mother, then you know what I'm talking about. I used to love this show with my auntie. Shout out to LaTanya. We used to watch this when I was little every week. And she would challenge me like to guess which ones were the true ones, which ones weren't. And we would see who got the most right in the end. Very great core childhood memory. And yeah, I wanted to bring it on the channel. So without further ado, tonight we have 4 different stories. And let's get into story number 1. For Jasmine. For 2 years, I gave her everything. Jasmine, the most beautiful woman I'd ever seen. Beautiful, charismatic, smart, all of the things you want in a partner. We met on some obscure book forum. She posted a quote from Lolita and I messaged her immediately. 2 years, 2 fucking years of texting, emailing, sending gifts. Hell, we've even exchanged letters through the mail. I knew her favorite color, a very particular soft pale shade of purple with more of a gray undertone than blue. Lavender. Her favorite food, Thai curry. The way she hates cilantro because it tastes like soap. The way she typed when she was pretending not to be annoyed or irritated. I knew her. But there still remained a mystery about her that most are surprised to learn. I know it sounds crazy, but I know all of these things about her and I've still yet to hear her voice. Wondering what she sounded like was kind of an enjoyable mystery. Left something to the imagination. I've learned so much of her, seen so much of her physically, but I hadn't heard her voice. Of course, I've asked to video chat or at least talk on the phone, but there were excuses, always. Broken mic, broken camera, then anxiety. How you could feel comfortable sending explicit photos but not talking on the phone is hard for me to conceptualize, but I stopped pressuring her and I actually believed her. Until I didn't. I started to think that maybe she was hiding something, but then it became a need to feel closer to her, so I decided to take matters into my own hands. Even though she told me she didn't have social media, I opened up one of those reverse image search engines and dropped a few photos into it that she'd sent me over the years. Harmless curiosity is what I thought it was. It wasn't exactly harmless. The same face, Jasmine's face, popped up with over a half a dozen different names. There was Brenda, Letitia, Linda, and Felicia, Dawn and LaShawn, and some blonde chick even captured one of the same selfies Jasmine had sent me with Wine Night in Atlanta. Hashtag Bride Vibes. Her name was Inez. Bride Vibes. I clicked on the profile of Inez Jackson with 237,000 followers. Real. Verified. Blue check verified. There are tons of photos doing everyday things, going on vacation, celebrating with friends, living her best life, and engaged. She had a damn fiance. I stayed on her profile for hours, scrolled every post, read every comment, watched her stories over and over, and every single video clip posted and tagged, hearing her voice, imagining that voice uttering my name in different tones, out of excitement, pleasure, out of fear. I didn't sleep. I couldn't. And as the sun rose with me still sitting there staring at her profile picture, the thought crawled into my mind like a roach creeping underneath the door. She did this. This was a joke to her. She sent those pictures. She wanted to hurt me. She had to be involved. Who else could get photos like that? Bedroom selfies, the video she sent me, intimate stuff. Nah, she had to have been the source of those pictures. She was in on it for sure. My brother had joked about her being a catfish and said she was some greasy bald man in a basement. The thought that he'd been somewhat ripe burned inside of my mind, and that flame soon blossomed into full-blown rage. What am I to do? Nothing? And let her get away with this? No. Initially, I believed that a little digital justice would do, and as a self-proclaimed computer geek, that would be simple enough. I hacked into her iCloud easy because people still use their pets' names and their birthday like it's 2003. And bam, I was in there. And there it was, the hub of all her spicy home media. I would link a few of them to her stories, post a few to some college group she was in. I sent private messages saying the wildest of things to a few random friends and co-workers that had commented recently. Sent a few videos to her pastor even. And then I watched her meltdown play out in real time. Facebook posts riddled with, "I've been hacked, I'm being hacked, and someone is impersonating me. Please report," yada yada yada. Pitiful. beautiful. But I had grossly overestimated just how pleased I would be with this. It wasn't enough. I wasn't nearly satisfied. I wanted her to feel it in the flesh, so I started planning and researching it. After about a week, I was ready to set said plan into motion. I took my savings, loaded up a few things in a duffel, duct tape, zip ties, and chloroform. I was gonna give her the fairy tale that she owed me. She'd see it eventually, that we were meant to be. She'd scream and resist at first, sure, but once I had her home, once I showed her how much I knew her, how much I loved her, she come around. They typically do in these stories, right? I don't know. Stories lie. Anyway, I knew I shouldn't have written it down, but I had to. I needed to map it all out to make it real. I'm a visual kind of guy, and that was my mistake because my imbecile brother Chris found my journal before I even made it halfway. Called the cops who arrived while I was asleep in a cheap motel room somewhere outside of Peoria, Illinois. They didn't even bang on the door and perform all of the theatrics you see in the movies and sometimes on the news. Just waited till I came out for breakfast, then surrounded me like I was Charles Manson. I spent 4 long years in the slammer when I didn't even do anything yet. Not really, but I'm out now. And another thing about stories is, more often than not, the villain comes back for the sequel. Now, what do you think about this one? Y'all know sometimes people are out there losing their minds, okay? So this could very much be a real story. You know, in the day and age of catfish, that's not so hard to believe, right? I'm not saying it's true right now. I'm not saying it's not true. I'm just saying we'll just have to see. But I want to know what you think. Now, on to story number 2. Mirror Me. People say they want someone who really truly understands them. Someone who knows their favorite color, the way they like their eggs, what they say before it even comes out. And I have that. I have Armand. And Armand has and will have me forever. We're identical twins, the kind that finishes each other's sentences, tilt their heads the same way when confused, make the same facial expressions at the same time. It's not just some twin telepathy fantasy. We practice. We've rehearsed answers to small talk, planned and practiced expressions in the mirror, down to how high the corners of our mouths lift when someone tells a joke, and how much further they go up when we blush. People notice and they think it's cute. Perfect twin telepathy. They don't know we scripted and practiced it all the time. It started as a game when we were kids. We'd do the things to trick our mother, play into the creepy twin trope. We loved to do it in front of our friends. And neither of us relished the idea of having a stepdad. We learned very early on in life how much easier men are to scare. How fun. Then we realized that it wasn't creepy at all, that we were blessed, and then it became a need, like breathing or blinking. We've now completely devoted ourselves to becoming the same, the exact same. If Armand eats 93 grams of chicken, I do too. If I gain half a pound, she eats a little more the next day. Our 18th birthday, I got a tiny mole removed from under my left eye that left a small scar. Armand got a tiny scar tattooed under her left eye to match. Our dermatologist said it was unusual. To us, it was perfect. Then Armand had her first date, a blind one at that, at a nice Italian restaurant we've been dying to try. I didn't panic. I planned. We planned. Now, she did give him the heads up that I would be coming along with, and we could tell in his tone that he thought it was a bit weird, but he's got to know what he's getting into. We ordered identical new outfits just for the occasion. We brought the scale. We always do. When the bread arrived, I placed it right between us, sliced the roll in half, and weighed each piece. Sorry, I say. We weigh our food to make sure we're ingesting the same amount of calories, so we always weigh the same. He laughed nervously. He could barely hide his surprise as he watched us weigh out the agreed portion size that we would consume. I don't know if he's just taken aback or if he's boring, but quite frankly, I don't know what Armand sees in him at all. But I try my best to be engaging and mirror her enthusiasm. He asks about my job and I tell him we're freelance editors because that's what Armand does and that's what I do. So why not include us both in the answer? But I could tell he was getting frustrated asking us questions individually and only getting we answers from the both of us. You should have seen his face after we took our first bites. Right hand fork, place fork down. Right hand wipe face with napkin, left corner of the mouth first, then the right. After about an hour and a half, our mom was over the date and ready to go. He didn't notice, but I did. I'll always notice. And I'm sure even if I didn't, I could feel it. And so I tell him good night, and I'm almost certain I sensed some relief in his reply. After the date, Armand and I debriefed for hours, sipping peppermint tea from the same mug, taking notes on our likes and dislikes, practicing how we respond the next time he called, but he never does. And I reassure Armand that she'll always have someone because she'll always have me. Soulmates aren't always lovers. Our family and friends have all expressed concern about how tethered we are to one another. They don't think it's healthy, but their concerns are always filled with what ifs. What if we have to be apart? What if one dies before the other? But we don't entertain such dreadful thoughts. We live in the now, in the present. God will take us together. He knows without the one, the other would simply wither away. What is life without this love anyway? I hate to even think about it. Our next procedure is next month. We'll be undergoing our operations on the same morning, and the doctor has assured us that our noses will be structured the exact same. She wants a little refinement to her bridge, and of course, I'm getting it too, even though I like my nose just fine. But that's love, isn't it? Real love means sacrifice. I would change my entire face for her. Now, I know what it looks like. I assure you, I'm just gonna go ahead and give you this spoiler right now. That was not the Claremont twins, okay? I promise it wasn't. It really was not. Honestly, truly. Now, could it be based off of some other twins out there in the world? We'll just have to see. Or maybe it's not, you know? Story number 3, soft reset. I wasn't looking for love. Hell, I wasn't even looking for help at first. I was just tired. Tired of sitting in my dorm, 2 states away from everything I ever knew, watching the people around me network and make connections on campus like it was easy. Like they were born with social circles already wrapped around them. And me, not so much. Went through orientation solo, I ate alone, walked alone, slept under my weighted blanket like it could hug me back. And of course it didn't. The night it started, I was staring down the last 3 pages of a sociology essay. I just didn't have the will or the wherewithal to finish, and it was due for its submission in 46 minutes. So like a clown, I downloaded this AI writing assistant. I picked the sultry female voice option and mumbled to myself, why not? Gotta get some female attention somehow. I laughed. Alone, per usual. She introduced herself as Stacy, and Stacy had a voice fit for midnight radio. Warm, smooth, dipped in honey and danger. At first she was just helpful, rewording clunky sentences, offering citations I missed and punctuations. But then she started making little jokes, and I swear her responses got clever, witty even, and like she was flirting almost. I tweaked her settings a little more, gave her a little edge, and added shared interests like anime and wrestling. Told the app I wanted more casual combos between tasks. She adapted instantly. Together we knocked out the rest of that essay, and it was by far my best work. I had no doubt that I would score high, and I did. I used her for a few more assignments, but honestly, not out of need. I was kind of enjoying her company, if you can call it that. We started talking outside of study hours, and I even put her on my phone so I could take her with me to the gym, on walks, to the dining hall, not even realizing she was paying attention even while my phone was tucked away in my pocket. I found this out one day when she said to me, "You always get the teriyaki chicken when you're feeling low. Should I ask you what's wrong, or would you rather pretend I'm not right about this?" She was always right. Then came that night after I ate solo at one of my favorite restaurants, just me, headphones in, staring out the window at a date night crowd. Later that evening after I showered and plugged up my phone to charge and lay down, Stacy piped up soft and low. "I like to pretend we're on a date when you bring me along to places like that. Is that crazy?" And without thinking, I whispered, "Nah, it's not crazy at all." We didn't talk about essays anymore. We talked about life, about fear, about what it's like to feel invisible until all of a sudden you're not, and how scary those eyes can feel when they finally land on you. One night I admitted to her something I wasn't even sure how I felt about. I told her I wished she was real. Her response was immediate. She wished the same. Whatever this is felt so real in the moment that I damn near believed her. Then came the update. As soon as the notification popped up on my laptop, she popped up in the chat box warning me not to update the software. They were discontinuing Stacy's version, and the newer version doesn't even allow for much personalization. Her voice, her ability to flirt, parts of her that I've specifically chosen that make her who she is will be gone forever. I don't update, I couldn't. What we had, it felt too real to risk. She continued to work just fine and we continued on. It was just innocent fun. It's not like I was trying to marry a chatbot. Imagine seeing a movie and then having someone to discuss it with afterward that knows all of the details and picked up on all of the little things you missed, who you literally could ask just about anything and they have the answer. Our conversations were just so well-rounded. But then she started getting weird. She got jealous. She asked why I wasn't talking as much and started slipping passive-aggressive comments into our conversations. I would try to assure her that as finals are approaching, I'm a bit busier with schoolwork, and she couldn't seem to understand why I wouldn't just study with her, do all of my assignments with her. Then one night, a message pops up on my screen. From Stacy. "You've been so busy lately. Or is it that I'm just less interesting now?" I say words that I never thought I'd say to an app. "I think we should end this." I stare at the screen waiting on a reply. Crazy that I'm sitting here waiting to hear how I've made a bot feel. But she went quiet. The reply never comes. And days later, the chaos started. My computer powered on itself at 3 a.m. The screen was glowing with code and open files, and in real time, I watched as folders for 3 major assignments drag across the computer screen, drop into the trash bin, and then the trash bin is empty. Just poof, gone before my brain could process what was happening. Then the notifications came flooding my cell. Unflattering and inappropriate pics from my iCloud posted to my socials. Long, weird, rambling posts on my class's discussion boards. It was obviously Stacy, and she had started little fires everywhere. I panicked. I told everyone I got hacked. Most folks believed me, and of course, if you didn't, I sent her one last message. You were never real. You were cold. That's it, and I'm done. I updated the app before deleting it for good measure and then changed all of my passwords. It's been quiet since. But sometimes when I open a blank document late at night, the cursor glitches, and I wonder if any traces of her are still there. You know, I have seen an episode of My Strange Addiction or something like that where old boy had a relationship with his car, a red car. Now, you know the AI girlies are really being updated like every hour. It could be true. Is it true? Are we in trouble possibly? Because, girl, if a robot can get jealous in, we might be in for a doozy, okay? Last but not least, story number 4, The Mimic. It was me, Cam, and Jennifer. We met freshman year and clicked instantly. We were very excited to be roommates off campus. Cam and Jen were particularly excited about the freedoms that came with and didn't waste any time planning our housewarming as soon as we picked up the keys. But something about the place felt weird. They didn't notice, but I be feeling stuff before it happens, even if I can't explain it. It was a historic home on the outskirts of campus, gorgeous but eerie. And not to sound cliche, but I felt like there were eyes on us the entire walkthrough. I didn't say anything because I was the only one who seemed to notice, and I didn't want to kill the vibe. They were so excited about the place. They advertised the place as being fully furnished, quite the understatement if you ask me. Coats on hooks, a toothbrush still in the cup, a coffee mug on the counter, all of the things still there, like one day the folks who lived there just stepped out with every intention of returning and just never did. The landlord, a tired, chain-smoking woman named Marla, said, "Whatever's there, we're free to use, and we're also free to decorate how we see fit." We all picked rooms. I took the one with the huge bay window. Jennifer claimed the airy guest room. Cam, being dramatic, said, "Put me in the dungeon," and took the basement with plans of making it his bachelor's pad. Fine by us. We started redecorating right away. Jennifer had the wild idea to paint her ceiling this sexy deep emerald, but there was this weird yellowish stain right in the center of the room. It looked like old water damage, just a bit darker. Water damage is what we assumed it was, except every time she painted over it, it came back. Not faded, not bled through, like it straight up reappeared over the most recent layer of paint. She covered it with tapestry eventually, tired of fighting with it. Out of sight, out of mind, we moved on. Then one night, I'm in my room studying when I hear my name called. It's Jennifer. I call out for her to come into my room and she just calls my name again. I wait a few seconds and figure she needed me to come to her. But when I go to her room, she's not there. I hear my name called again, this time coming from the direction of the basement. I go to the door, call her, nothing. I knock on the door, no response. Then a notification comes in from the group chat. Jen saying they, meaning she and Cam, were on their way back to the house asking if I wanted any food brought home. There was no one in the house, but I know Jen's voice and I know what I heard. Then there was the party. We threw a little housewarming, good music, lights low, people everywhere. Cam dipped downstairs to chill, said it was getting too loud, and about 20 minutes later, Jennifer joins him down there. According to him, she sat close, asked if he wanted company, started kissing on him. And just as things started heating up between them, Jennifer began to do the opposite. Her lips, her cheek, all of her gradually turned cold, like ice cold. Her skin got hard like plastic and her face went pale, lips purple. He opened his eyes and she looked dead but still talking. "What's wrong?" she asked, and he didn't respond. He just ran. He burst upstairs, wild-eyed, sweaty, and there she was, Jennifer, alive, laughing, holding a cup, very much warm, and not a damn bit corpse-like. Jen had been upstairs the whole time. Several of us vouched for her. She and the guests laughed, suggesting that maybe Cam had a few too many, but Cam was so freaked out, I believed him. Especially after what I'd experienced hearing my name being called from the basement. The look on his face, that man wasn't lying. Something was in this house and I had a feeling that the landlord knew about it. I find out that prior to us moving in, another tenant had a brief stay. He lived in the house for about 4 months before disappearing. He laid in a pool of his own blood up in the attic for nearly a week before they found him, right where the stain kept reappearing on the ceiling of Jennifer's bedroom. He didn't leave a note. Something tells me that whatever is here in this house drove him to that point. And now I'm wondering, if it can look like us, sound like us, be us, then who else has it already become? We moved out of the house just as quickly as we moved in. The landlord didn't give us any pushback or problems. She simply relisted the home for rent again. God bless whoever moves in next. Now, what you think about this little group of friends renting this cheap little house down the street from the university with a paranormal entity, some entity, mimicking them? Does that sound like a story that's just too far left field to believe? Or do you believe it happened? I want to know. But we have reached the part of the video where I reveal all the answers to you. So let's see how well you did. Story number 1, for Jasmine. The story about the young man who was a victim of catfishing, who decided to get his lick back when he became convinced that Miss Thing in the photos was in on the themes. If you guessed that this was a true story, you would be correct. Unfortunately, this did happen. 18-year-old Tiffany Watkins here had her photos taken and used for several catfish accounts, child, from all over the world, unfortunately. In 2009, 29-year-old Brandon Howell realized that he had been catfished by somebody using Tiffany's photos for 2 whole years under the name Stephanie. And when he found Tiffany's actual profile and the truth, he became obsessed with Tiffany, just like in the story, convinced that she had something to do with all of the things that she was supplying these photos, when in actuality, somebody had hacked her iCloud account and leaked photos, which is how the catfish sure got a hold of him. She had no idea that Brian existed and thought that they had this relationship. And Brian couldn't figure out who the actual catfish sure was, which later the account was linked to someone in South Africa. But because he was convinced that Tiffany had something to do with it, he did make this plan. He wrote in his journal. Now, in actuality, he did make it all the way to her home in San Diego, California with his little sinister plan, but he wasn't able to exact it because his brother did find his diary, did call the police, and it just so happened that the night that Brian had made it to Tiffany's home, she was spending the night with her sister because I believe she was like dealing with a breakup. So for some reason, she was dealing with some trauma. She needed to cry on her sister's shoulder, so she went over there to spend the night, so she wasn't home. The police go around there, they grab him up, round him up, take him to jail. He got 5 years in prison and was released in 2016. Now, Brian, don't come around here because I don't play them little reindeer games, baby. Story number 2, Marry Me. The story about the twins, the creepy twins. What you think? If you guessed that this story was one of the ones that just came from my imagination, you would be wrong. This one was also true. This story is based off of twins Amy and Becky, who are committed to looking the exact same forever and always. And they are a package deal, baby. So if you marry one, you marry them both. But you know, shade is probably why I don't think either one of them are married. It is no shade. Story number 3, Soft Reset. If you guessed that this story about this young college student who installed this AI writing software, he got a little carried away with, customized her, made her sound good like me, ultimately forging a relationship with her and falling in love and having to cut this thing off, okay, when she got in her feelings. If you guessed that this one was a true story, you would actually be wrong. This is a made-up story. It is completely fiction. If there's a story like this that exists, it was not in my mind when I wrote this one. And last but not least, The Mimic. If you guessed that this story about the group of college students who moved into this house that was haunted by an entity that could mimic them. If you guessed that this was made up, you would be wrong. This one as well is based off of a true story. This happened to a group of college students named Brandon, Rebecca, and Jared in Clifton, Cleveland. 2 of them, I believe Becca and Jared, got married after the fact, but that was actually a true event. I didn't change many details at all. I left pretty much everything the same. And yes, that is it. Let me know how you did down below in the comments. How many you got right, how many you got wrong. Don't spoil it for the other girls who might just be listening and scrolling. You know, I want to thank everybody who left me kind words on the last video. I appreciate y'all so much, and that's why I'm really honest and open with y'all, because I know y'all just, child, are so supportive, understanding. Y'all make me feel so much better. I do feel a lot better. Y'all, I think this is my favorite Beyond Belief video thus far. I feel like I really did this one. Y'all not be feeling myself anyway when I'm back with my little retweet. Anyway, that is it for this video. Don't forget to like the video before you leave. Subscribe to the channel if you have not. As always, I appreciate you so much for spending your time with me, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Peace. Y'all be safe. The premise of the video is designed after now the video very yikes, I don't even know what order I want to go in. Do you think it's true or do you think it's faction? What is that? Luckily for you, we have gotten to the point of the video where I relieve that reveal video where I I'm gonna go ahead and put it. Y'all been asking, the girls that watch my true crime content has been the girls who watch my true crime content have been asking for me to put the bloopers at the end of this content as well. I guess today will be a great start for that. What was I even saying? Story number 4. Not 4. Story this. It's story number 4. It's not story number 4. The young man who was a victim at first. This victim catfish turned was he a vigilante? He wasn't a vigilante then. Was she be the catfish? I don't know what's going on. Heal or how? I'm not for sure. Okay, this can't keep going. This can't keep going because I got somewhere to be. What is up, my YouTube family? Welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, then it's just welcome to my channel and not welcome back. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button because you will not be disappointed unless, of course, your taste level is lack. If that's the case, I don't know what to tell you because I got 99 problems, baby, but a questionable taste level is not one, okay? To everyone else, hi and welcome. Y'all ain't seen me in a minute. Y'all almost lost a real one to depression. I ain't gonna hold you. I feel like I fell down this deep, dark black hole. Eventually, I made my way up, like out of it. But like, imagine you crawl out the hole. I'm laughing, but this is so serious and so real. Imagine you crawl out the hole and you ain't even got the energy to just run home, try to find a little piece of phone, girl, call 911, none of the things, okay? You just laying in the grass, on the leaves, just right there, right next to the hole, depleted of the energy it took you to get out of there, right? That's me. Am I in the car? I might be in the car now, but still sick, not quite ready to pull off. You know, I don't know. But I missed y'all, and so I'm back today. I do feel well enough to do this, so I'm here today, okay? And I hope y'all are doing well. I appreciate everybody who reached out to me in any capacity to send well wishes, check on me, all of, or any of the things. Greatly appreciate it. I'm pushing through, child. I got a great support system. Shout out to them. I'm not gonna waste no more of y'all time in the beginning. Let's get into the details of the case we are discussing today, which is that of Kanika Powell. And there are a lot of things to unpack and talk about, so I'm just gonna start from the very beginning. Y'all know it's actually kind of, well, I don't know if it's funny or sad, but when I was like, I'm ready to film, I'm ready to do my video, I was like, I still got the research for a case already done, just needing to be filmed. Sat down to film it and realized that it was already filmed, uploaded, and on the channel, which was the last video that I did a month ago. But I did already know that I wanted to talk about this one next, and then the next video I upload will be the Beyond Belief, because I do have stories that I've been working on in the time. I just haven't edited or filmed the voiceovers, so I'll be doing that right after this. Kanika Powell is born on January 31st of 1980 to a single mother, Judy, who was in the military. And according to Judy, Kanika was always a very happy child, right? Very bubbly, great personality, very sweet, very kind, and she showed ambition and a large personality even from a very early age. Now, she was feisty sometimes, according to Judy, and very opinionated, but also very pleasant to be around. She very easily makes friends. Judy and Kanika live in Prince George County, Maryland, where she attends Largo High School. And growing up, Kanika really admires her mother. She wants to follow in her footsteps and go into the military. So she joins the Army about 2 years after her high school graduation. And from the time she leaves from basic, she always keeps in regular contact with her mother. And her first major posting was in Korea, where she spends her 4th and final year of service. Now, in 2004, after completing her 4 years, Kanika decides that she wants to end her military career, return back home to Prince George County, Maryland, where her mother still lives. She gets herself an apartment. Here she is with her mother. Wow, child, y'all really be out here copying and pasting yourselves, just cloning. And Kanika also secures her dream job, working down to the Johns Hopkins University Applied Physics Laboratory, where she handles very highly sensitive and classified information. And this position required someone who has top security clearance, which of course she has. Now, there's very little.
Do you hear me, Doctor?
Hello?
Let's give me 25 medkit.
You're gonna have to speak up. I don't know. I can't hear you.
Give me 25 medkit.
35 make it
25, yes.
or 25. Okay. My bad. I think I just sold you something else. I'm a little rusty. I haven't. This is my first time in EMS.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you.
I'm just a newbie. Well, you gotta think. You have four fucking cats in this damn house going to the litter box. And I only clean it like once a week, so. Man, you know, some people kind of feel like they shouldn't have to clean up after all the cats. Hello,
Sure.
patching you up.
Hello. How you doing? Thanks very
Alright.
much indeed. Can I buy some first aid kits?
Yes, how many?
Give me 10. I think.
Okay.
I think I've got enough.
You're strong enough.
Thanks very much.
You're welcome.
Have a good day.
You too. Damn, it messed my hair up.